my beautiful stars, reading time. Going through our beautiful cosmic deck today. So whenever I go for this, there's something beautiful cosmically happening in your life currently. So yellow cards, you, red cards, more connected energy, right? Doesn't just have to be love. It could be family, friends, work colleagues, just people that are attached to you in some form of way energetically. But let's see. All right. Wow. First card, a red one. So you've got someone in wings of weakness. Maybe for you to have someone feeling very weak around you. This could be someone recently maybe you've put up boundaries with, or you've called someone on certain behavior that you don't agree with. It could be someone in comparison with you. You make them lack a little bit of confidence. Number 47, 4th of the 7th, 7th of the 4th. This person doesn't have the ability to take flight. They're left feeling ungrounded. They're lacking ambition. They're facing resistance. Seeing this, I feel whoever this collective is, you bring out someone's weaknesses. You may not even know it. Sad. Sacred fire. So here you are, flame in the heart, full of sacred fire, determination. You could be someone very well directed in life. You thrive in your passions. You could be quite a passionate person. Number 60. You're igniting the flame of transformation. And this could make people weak. If you've got people around you and you are just forever shifting and changing and growing, and there are things that you're extremely passionate about in life that you just soar in, and you know, you seem to be looking in someone that kind of just, I don't want to say luck is just on your side, but I feel this collective people, or definitely a person that views you, your life just kind of seems to be on the up and up, right? You purify and renew yourself through passions. So there is something about, you could have turned your passions into your business, your career, and I always find the most successful people in life are the people that do that, because work isn't really work for you. You enjoy it because it's your passion. So you guys just put that 200% into whatever you do because you genuinely enjoy it. Your passions burn brightly and fuel your path forward. This sacred fire guides you through times and uncertainty and leads you to fulfillment. So you've got someone here clearly shackled in a life that maybe they're not happy with. Maybe they're more stuck in a 9-to-5, not really following their passions. And I think you've got someone questioning a lot of things about themselves and where they are in life. And I always say comparison and envy is not a good thing. And I feel you have someone comparing their life to yours right now. Whoa. And you're divinely protected. Whenever I go for this deck, the is very cosmically aligned. You have that natural mystic shield over you. You are truly connected to up above. You have that divine energy that runs through your veins. But you as a collective right now, you have divine protection over you. So if you have people accessing you and you're not even aware of it, it's like you're igniting people's transformation, or at least to go within with whatever you're excelling at right now. And this is coming from up above. I always say when I'm reading divine people, 7-7, you could be seeing a lot of 7-7-7. Divine people, you have the strength of that divine protection, ancestral team, for a far greater reason than just to protect you, right? Whoever comes into your life, especially people that come into your life that can create upheaval, tears, destruction, towers, your team, your protection is strong enough, powerful enough to give these kinds of people the towers and wake-up calls that they need to break free from the shackle of that 85% that we talk about. You have that army for a reason. And these people that get called to your energy, they are all very special within, but they're just unaware of it. And that's why they're aligned to you. Because your ancestral team, your protection, again, is strong enough to wake them up. So right now, however you're shining, let it be you're going through some form of internal glow up, again, your success in life, there's something here. The divine is activating it through divine timing, perfect timing, because you don't see the people you're improving through it, right? This is big energy. So the right collective, you would have had a moment to notice there's something different about you right now. Okay, flood of fear. So you've got people in fear, in weakness. Especially everything I say is for a reason. Maybe one of these people have had to deal with your divine team. We have someone in fear over you, full of anxiety. Their fear is crippling their potential. I ain't gonna lie, my angels, I feel you've got someone here that's really done you wrong. Let's get one more for this. Two more. They're trying to shift their focus. This is a good card. Or maybe you right now are shifting your focus too, and they might feel it. Their success lies with the ability to focus. So maybe this person, it's really hard for them to focus or, get to the finish line on things. I always say as humans, we're here to accomplish, right? When we finish things, when we finish tasks, just even little daily tasks, we feel accomplished, right? There's a flame that gets ignited in us. People that don't finish what they start, or they take on all of these different things at once and don't complete any of them, it actually affects our worthiness, believe it or not. So there's something here. You're making this person start to focus on the things that they need to focus on. Do they completely know it's because of you? I don't know. But if they're comparing to you in your life, you're making them reflect on the things they need to reflect on to actually start making a shift, which is great. Want a golden harvest, which means this person has seen you reach your golden harvest. They want more for their life. Seeing that magical, powerful card, the unicorn card, you're making someone believe that they don't need to live inside of a box to accomplish things in life. They don't need to live their life through someone else's lens. They want big things in their life. It's good. Let's get one more for them. Breaking free from chains of resistance. So you would know this person to be very resistant, very stubborn. They could be an 8. I find you beautiful 8s are very stubborn, or a Taurus. 64, my favorite angel number. They're sick of having their desires blocked. They want to progress. They know that their own resistance keeps them stagnant in life. So they'd be reflecting on decisions where their stubbornness and their resistance to change has kind of left them in this energy of fear and weakness. Let's get one more for you guys. Your courage, the courage. So you're teaching this person bravery and to step into the unknown. So this collective, main collective, it's so obvious. Whatever you've done, and I find people that get activated at a later age, you guys just go gung-ho in whatever your birthright is. No one can stop you. Once you activate that blueprint, you could have 1,000 doubters in your corner. You won't stop, right? You lock in. There is something about your courage. There is something about your bravery. You're a collective. The more someone says you can't do something, the more you lock in. You prove people wrong, but with your courage, right? That strength card, you might not even aware of how much you believe in yourself. You just have this infinite potential that oozes out of you. And again, that strength card, it's so influential because of the light she shines from within. It's my card of the influencer because that's how influential she is. There is something about your courage. There is something about your bravery. There is something about you always just pick yourself up and keep going that is really breaking someone free right now of their chains of resistance. You, by showing your courage, your bravery with emotion, decisions, whatever it is, it's making this person reflect on their resistance to change, their lack of courage, their lack of momentum, them being stuck on a hamster wheel. So no wonder you activate wings of weakness in this person. The sad thing is, I feel this person compares a lot to you. She's sad. You drink from your bravery cup continuously, so you would really present that way to the world around you. Brave and determined. Number 8, as we were saying, this person, or you could be an 8 yourself. One more overall. Oh my God, my flame just dropped. Can you see that? My flame just dropped. That was magic. Why won't you go out? Holy moly. Hold on, that wax went on my hand. That was magic. That was some form of sign. And then as that happened, we got the phoenix rising through all the false hope. Maybe this person's been, unfortunately, this says the false dawn, sitting in false hope for a long time. Their optimism has bit them in the bum. You could be one of my collectives, unfortunately, especially if this is a love dynamic. Could even be a family dynamic where... Hold on, I want to get tarot. I'm feeling you're one of my collectives. You had someone attached to you, kind of not seeing a situation very clearly when it came to you, thinking they had a lot of control over your dynamic when really they didn't. Oh wow, so they are reevaluating everything through the blocked communication, their clouded judgment, right? Maybe misinformation they gave to you. 3 of Wands in reverse, something that's been stalled, postponed because they've been thinking small. They've been sitting in restrictions but not changing their restrictions, sitting in victim mentality. Lack of progression here because of this outlook, the uncertainty, the delays because of the resisting change, how long this has been on hold for, and this lacking focus. They're trying to focus now on the right things. One more. 4 of Wands, both ways. You could have been married to this person or planning a foundation, or you could see this as a divine person, but I more think it's this way, the lack of support, how maybe they feel unwelcome now, but in reverse it could be family issues too, things being cancelled or discord and imbalance from something. And this is where I think this person was sitting in a bit of an illusion and they've had a shock moment, a tower moment. You've got to remember this person's leading with wings of weakness. I'm hearing wings of fear. Hold on, let's get one more. Like, oh, the it's all cosmically aligned. This has come from aligning with the lunar phases. So there's something very cosmically being activated, and it makes sense with your divine protection right now. The moon cycles are offering them guidance and rhythm. So something very pivotal could have happened on an important moon cycle for you. It's not just the full moon, new moon. We have a lot of different moon phases. So The right collective, that'll make sense. But there's something aligning right now with this person because of those phases. The broken mirror, not seeing things properly. Hold on, I just want to get a couple of lost dreams, an echo of lost dreams. You guys, what's your main focus? Justice, your purple curtain. So justice is at play in your life right now, and you don't even see it. Maybe you feel it, but you don't see it. You're someone that you do what's right. You move with integrity. You sit in a balanced life. I always say this justice card, that purple curtain, good and bad karma throughout our lives here, lifetimes here. This collective, look at your energy. You've been doing a lot of karmic clearing, but you're sitting in life lessons right now, and finally sitting in your internal truths, and you're doing it with courage and bravery, right? For justice to be at play in your life, you might not even see what your ancestral team is doing right now. Wow, King of Swords energy in reverse. To have that over the top of this, I think that's what you're getting justice over. This is a very controlling, lacks integrity kind of energy, a very unbending energy, right? Not seeing things clearly. Could be connected to an air sign. The Tower. So you yourself, maybe you created this tower. Maybe this felt like a tower for you. Maybe this hit you really, really hard. Maybe you're just coming out the other end. If you have just experienced a tower and you kind of felt like, if anything, maybe you were getting karma for this situation. It just feels like whatever this situation is, you're always getting knocked down emotionally. I think it's completely the opposite. I always say this tower, when that comes through, that little rickety foundation structure, that ain't serving you. That is meant to be knocked away so you can build a castle. And that comes from destruction. But it's to create forward movement. So this collective, through whatever tower you have just faced, Phoenix rising, you found strength in courage. I don't even think it would have felt like a tower for you because you were divinely protected the whole time. It ignited more passions, right? But that tower wanted to come out before. I think you and whoever this person is have experienced a tower, but look at the difference of how you're dealing with the tower is what I'm hearing. Peace out, I'm getting out of that storm. I don't want that tower no more. Six of Swords. I want tranquility. This is how you're dealing with it. You resolved your own conflicts, overcoming the hardship, becoming stable, restoring your peace, right? So, like I said, there's a reason I say everything. This collective, you've clearly gone through a tower. You've activated wings of weakness in someone. But I don't even think you see it as a tower, right? I think you've been burnt by this lesson that many times. Look at how you've overcome it, right? If anything, I don't think there's empathy here. I think this is maybe what you called this person on because they're in deep reflection, right? Hold on, let's get one more for how this person's dealing with this tower. Good. You activated Four of Swords, healing, mental anguish, going within, choosing isolation, choosing to reflect on things that have not been reflected. Four of Swords is a card of healing through silence, right? I always say Three of Swords over the heart, Four of Swords over the mind. But once those three swords raise, that sword he's lying on, it goes up his bottom and he's charging. Whatever you've done here, this tower finally made you want to move on. Finally put this person into deep reflection. So again, there were things spoken here. Okay. One more for this. I just want this tower in general. Lack of active listening. This was repeated as we said it. because things weren't learning from the past. It could have been to do with third-party friction, uncommitted energy, feeling like you were doing things alone. It was really meant to activate this upright determination to succeed. And I think for this collective, it put a fire in your belly to focus on you. And in a really odd way, it did the same for this person, but on a far deeper emotional level is what I'm feeling. One more. What was this Tower to create? Okay, get out of Five of Cups feeling sorry for yourself, finding the silver lining in the situation, but to create forgiveness, to create change and accept the change that needed to happen. More healing, right? Letting go from this past Tower. It was meant to make you see this Five of Cups properly here. And I think this collective, before this Tower, you were stuck in a veil of kind of grief and sadness and emotional baggage. You saw through something. One more. Great news ahead. Okay, build your confidence. There could have been a lot of opinions tied to this situation. It could have been very stubborn, strong-willed energy, not wanting to come into compromise with the view of things. But I think for you, because you can see it here, especially with this courage, realize your confidence. She is connected to her higher self. She's the most magnetizing queen because she has that divine magic protection that runs through her veins because of her connection to her higher self. Charming, seductive, sexy, leads the way, knows her worth. So, just checking that's still going. Whatever happened here, it's made you start to stand in sense of self, right? And it was meant to activate this person as well. But right now, for them to find their confidence, they're going to have to sift through their wings of weakness, their fog of fear. For them to find this harvest season and to truly shift their focus, they need to lift their chains of resistance. They need, not that they can see it, the cosmic alignment here. So I feel this collective, everything this person is sitting in, you once were sitting in. I genuinely think this collective, you had wings of weakness. You were resisting to let go. You were sitting in a sense of false hope. You were flooded with fear with what came next. And this collective, clearly, we said it before, activation. As soon as you activated, started focusing on your birthright, your blueprint, what did you start to create? Everything this person is working towards, if they know it or not. Reminds me of a true divine. I always say, divines, your person's about 6 to 9 months behind you. It is one of those collective things are shifting. And now you're sitting in those things that make you feel whole, make you feel centered, make you feel confident, make you feel like you're sailing off into the sunset. You're overcoming that hardship, but internally through self, right? Very good. All right, let's break it down. Okay, first I just want to see heart space, because now I'm feeling this is a beautiful divine dynamic. Hold on, let's just get that little... Before we get your heart space, because that wings of weakness is sticking out, I just want to see that person, what shackles them to their chains of resistance. What floods them with fear? Their self-sabotage. So they're being really hard on themselves right now. This person would know they're prone to self-destruction. I'm seeing that fragmentation of the heart. Maybe this person, it's really, especially when it comes to love, as soon as they really start to feel some form of happiness, contentment, they push it away, right? And unfortunately, this would have started from a young age for them. lack of that true depth of love from their parental examples, you know, past relationships, just when it came to love in whatever form it may be, friendships, whatever, just never seemed to go the right way for them. So it became part of their armor, and they felt some form of happiness. They would start chaos, because that's what they were used to, if they knew it or not. But wings of weakness, it makes sense. They know this is a quality that holds them back. Hard. The unspoken words. So this person's sitting on a lot of things they need to say. And maybe this is part of the self-sabotage. You could be a collective through this destruction, this tower. This person didn't face it. They just went silent. They went into self-destruction, and they've been sitting on these words ever since. So then they're probably reflecting on the time and how long it's taken for this person to be reflecting on unspoken words because of self-sabotage and self-destruction. It makes sense with the flood of fear and the wings of weakness. And that also makes sense with the comparison of life. They're trying to make excuses still because of their chains of resistance. Well, it wouldn't work anyway. Look at the difference. But even though they're in that, now it's pushing them to change. You can watch from the beginning, right? This person is being swallowed by the things that were not spoken. This collective, you're clearly choosing silence, because it's because of your silence that is making this person reflect and feel weak. Because for so long, this collective, this person thought they had control of this situation. So if they're reflecting on self-sabotage, self-destruction, what does that mean? When they finally are ready to take that off their, what is it? The mouth thing? When they're finally ready to take that off, they're going to make sure they're not sitting in self-sabotage and self-destruction. They're going to make sure the words that are spoken aren't going to have this behavior behind them. She's good. Fear of intimacy doesn't surprise me. Whoa. So this person's in isolation and loneliness, which you guys would have had to go through too. They had the Four of Swords. That's silence. That's being by yourself. That is deep reflection. It's reminding me of Dark Night of the Soul here. The reason you guys go into spiritual isolation, your magical bubble, when you first activate, it's that purple curtain, the Justice card. The karmic debris that's followed you from life after life needs to be cleared. Now, where whoever activates in that divine feminine, high priestess, oracle, the divine flow first, you don't need to be female. You guys have to drag up so much shadow baggage of emotional karmic debris. This is why you stay isolated, because it is so hard and gut-wrenching. It is literally soul-destroying, right? Spiritual isolation is to actually keep you protected while you're having to sieve through a shadow that's been bound to you for centuries, not just this lifetime. You've never gotten it right. So it attaches to you life after life after life and gets progressively worse, right? For this person to have been activated into isolation and feeling that loneliness, that Four of Swords, this person cannot escape themselves and their destructive ways anymore. They're not around things that can numb it anymore. They have to face it. They have to sit in it and feel like they're in that empty room of darkness. But this is what's transformative. This is why I tell you guys, anyone going through a dark night of the soul, you need to let them be. Because it's that rock bottom, without saving them, that finally makes them claw out and find their wings. Needs to be done in isolation. One more. They don't feel good enough. That's why they're comparing their life, the golden harvest, all of that to you. Imposter, that confidence. That's why that Queen of Wands is meant to be activated in both of you. So this collective, if you have struggled at all with imposter syndrome of recent and feeling not good enough to take an opportunity or a leap of faith into something, you're probably feeling this person's energy, their wings of weakness, which adds to their resistant chains, which adds to their fear. They want so much more in life, but they feel right now they're not good enough, right? That's sad. And this is you guys before you get activated. You're stuck in those meaningless jobs. You're stuck in a life that doesn't serve you because you guys are scared to take that leap of faith. You're scared to take that leap of faith into your birthright, your blueprint. You don't feel good enough. You don't feel like you're going to succeed. The fear of finances and bills and all of this continuously, chains of resistance, stop you from finding that stingray energy. But once you activate, what comes next? You release the fear of that. Remember that dark feminine that comes over you once you start to see that magic, the magic of the universe for the first time. The confidence that, and we said it before, for this collective, you would be following your passion. You would have had 1,000 doubters, but you finally found your confidence, right? You need to trust the process, this collective, because what this person is going through, it's breaking them free from their shame and their masks. It's powerful. Okay. Let's see what's around your heart space. Okay. Just have to check that timer. I'm getting better with it. I'm going to jinx myself now. Huge confirmation. So it's this collective finally choosing silence. This is this, but you could be a bit of you too. Maybe it's a bit of both of you thinking this is finally, like, this is done. Because look what... Okay. This is this collective. Watch from the beginning. Look at all those cards you're shining in. You're focusing on yourself. You have that confidence. You've hit that Six of Swords. You would be in a positive mindset. I do think, though, since whatever this tower was with you guys, you both come in and out more this person. This person truly is believing this is done now. And that's what's changing them. This collective, I think, because you're quite positive, right? I don't think you're set in stone, this is done. I think that you can feel there's more to this story. You still have a cycle that has not come into full circle moment, right? Are you holding on to it? No. And even though it would come in and out of your mind, you are truly growing, right? And I always say this coffin's beautiful. Endings bring new beginnings, but through growth, through change, right? And I feel this collective, whatever you've just gone through with this person, you've never handled it like this before. And the strength that's coming through you in this is why you're activating that weakness and that fear in them. They've never seen this side of you before. And it's not you wearing a mask. That's just you genuinely. You've walked through the fire too many times now. But this is definitely this person. But let's just... Your soul contract. I'll get that next. True soul connection. So right now your heart space, your contract's being activated. Makes sense with triggers in their energy. The lunar blessings through the alignment. Okay. Maybe as well, this is about the fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment lessons. But since all this first part, it just makes sense. This has triggered such a state in this person. They finally can't start to see the things in their behavior in life. There could also be, just side note, around your heart space, this could have caused for karmic debris externally. So there could have been some endings with some family situations, friendship situations. Gosh, maybe you guys were engaged once upon a time here. Or this is something there's sadness over. Hold on, one more for that. Thinking of what could have been. Yeah, they're trying to heal from it. So it's really sad because this person clearly didn't know what they had when they had you. And whatever you've done here, that's the biggest thing for this person. The only reason all that's being activated is because they genuinely think you've walked away. So don't make it fit. They're trying to heal. Okay. Whatever this tower was, you went through a little bit of a, oh my God, but straight into, I'm making healthier choices, Six of Swords. I'm sick of this. I'm overcoming this one. I'm sick of this storm. You made healthier choices, love, life, self-care, being happier. I'm keeping a positive mindset. I'm focusing on the things I can control. Focusing on this situation that I cannot control. It's taken up too much of my life, right? Too much of my mental space. This collective, you felt it, but quite quickly you overcame it. Where maybe in the past you couldn't with this person. Open. That's good. You got insane chemistry, lacking it. Okay, that's not good. So this person, oh, that's not good. If they genuinely thought it was over, hold on, let's get one more for this hand of cards. Oh, that's good. Okay, they've got healing heart and self-indulgence, shadow work, dark night of the soul card. This one, healing inner child. Okay, I do think this person, they must be checking in on you. There's something here that they're viewing you as, do I take a chance? Do I take a risk here? But you've got to remember right now, wings of weakness. This person, you are flooding them with fear. They're going through a dark night. I said it just before, dark night, it's not the time for interaction. So even if this person did choose to show you their hand right now, they're in the middle of shadow work. It's not the time to save. You're not this person's savior. Okay, just remember that. There is something with this passion igniting, but focusing on self, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. But yes, they're wanting to take a risk here. But they're not showing their hand right now, and for a reason, cosmically. Soulmates, soul contract. Okay, there could be someone new coming around you right now as well, but this is about planning a date by getting back out there. Let's get one more. Okay. And twin flame. You could have two people here. I think, let's be real, because that didn't make sense. I do think maybe this journey, I feel that's more this twin flame journey. It's kind of the dynamic until you guys, you're in separation for that long. It gets to a point you just feel strung along, right? Now, I've got at least 3 or 4 of my collectives here at the moment. You've gone through the transition, a final destruction with your twinnie, and you've aligned with a soulmate. So this collective, I feel right now you could be in the midst of starting to date, but there's still a little bit of a seed that comes in and out about this person, right? Whatever the case, you've got the karmic energy here, the twin energy, and the soulmate energy on your spread around your heart space. Don't make it fit. So this collective, if you have not met someone new and you're getting yourself back out there, you have over the last, even maybe just before you've watched this reading, found this reading, thought, I'm going to get back out there, right? Or your friend's trying to set you up with someone, you've met someone at the gym. It could be someone from the past that you never really gave a chance to because your heart was invested here. There's some form of energy, if you're not actually dating, that is brewing, right? That's opening your heart space to date again. Because let's be real, people truly on this journey, you choose a path of celibacy, right? You shut everything off for this person. But there's something here that's shifted. So I feel this collective, you've probably gone through a long time of celibacy and now you're thinking, not that you want to give that away, but you're just ready to get back out there, right? See what the dating season's like again. Okay, let's before we keep going, I'm just going to break down what's being activated in your soul contract right now. Okay. It's funny because the card at the bottom of the deck is balance. Number 5. And then reconciliation was stuck to the bottom of the table. Anyway, let's see your soul contract. You got my miracle card. Star energy. Okay, the waterfall. From tears of sorrow to tears of joy, overflowing abundance, you're about to hit fulfillment because of a big emotional release. And this is what's activating in your soul contract. You got my miracle card, star energy. You can see it with this collective. You're coming into peace and serenity. You're really trusting the universal flow of life. There's a calmness through you, right? Watch from the beginning. You've got a new perspective. You're carefree right now. You're focusing on the joyous things in life. You're finding that sparkle again in your soul. You're focusing on new beginnings. You have a brand new perspective. 13J34 as numbers. Oh my God, and you've got the Hierophant. Your integrity, rights, wrongs, your faith, your beliefs. He's my ritualist. He is powerful. He's a spiritual master. Your values, you'd have everything in deep reflection right now. And yes, we could have a Hierophant energy connected, but Taurus, Aquarius energy. Oh, I think that's what you're finally getting rid of. Let's get one more for that. And of course, we've got Divine Masculine. A 28th of November could be important. 13th of November. I want one more for that whip energy. We don't like to see that. This is what's activating around you. You could have just gone through, okay, no, overcoming the obstacles of it. There could be something coming up where you're really going to need to have a centered heart. And I do think, because I'm going back to that karmic triggers, there could be something that presents quite forthright, but it's coming from more of a painful place. But you don't want to repeat that argumentative, combative kind of energy here. So there's something about self-esteem really needed. Don't move through pride and ego with something, but overcoming the difficulties of the situation of this whip energy is going to need a fair and just, and you've got justice on your side right now. Very centered kind of approach, right? Not a reactive approach. But let's confirm. Okay. So all the things that worked against you was to improve your determination, your perseverance, but it was to make your dreams become a reality. So all the repetition, all the repeated cycles, it's creating new things on the horizon for you. So those tears of sorrow, all those tears were counted. This star energy. Beautiful. So through crisis, that coffin energy, you got that before. There's something about your destiny, your true depth of spirituality. There's a divine guidance over you right now through the trials and tribulations, the sorrow, the emotional loss. There's something that was fated in all of this. And this is what this beautiful star energy is shining over right now. So this star card is a timing of 2 to 4 weeks. This Hierophant energy has been activating in the right collective for over a year. One more for this star and cross. Okay, soulmate energy as well, which you've got on your heart space, 18th of the 10th, but it was again to create dependability, that faithful kind of energy. This is a card of calling in a soulmate as well. Okay, new perspective, new beginning, full, new story. So new opportunities, You're about to jump into the unknown, embracing the unknown. A rebel without a cause. I find all spiritualists, you're a little bit of rebellious souls. Number 9. On a quest. So you could be relocating as well. Just side note, this could be activating right now in you, but another card of becoming dependable and faithful, not just you, but the energy around you, but finally really understand where you're going in life. Big things coming with this full energy. Hierophant. Sun, divine masculine. It could even be this if you've got twin and soulmate energy around you, but you've got another card of pride and ego. So there is something about to be activated in your shadow, and if you're about to meet or you've just met a soulmate, I always say soulmate connections are kind of, I don't want to say easy. All relationships have ups and downs, but if it's something more fresh, you wouldn't really be working through the activation of pride and ego. It would be quite comfortable right now. But this card is about self-realization. So this Hierophant energy, there's a self-realization, not just for you, but connected energy about power, right? Values, those rights and wrongs, the certain programming, spiritual beliefs. Something's being illuminated about internal identity. One more for that. Through the coffin. So you've got the cross and the coffin. So through this ending, main theme of this reading, watch from the beginning, 8th of the 9th, 9th of the 8th, or 89. You could be born in 89. This person could be. Through the death, loss, forgotten memories, feeling defeated through this breakup, it's activating this Sun, divine masculine strength, and Hierophant energy. That's good. All right, this Whip and Lion. The Mask. So it's them. Okay, so that could be them then. Finding a centered heart, a self-esteem. I still think this collective, whatever's approaching here, you're going to need those things we were talking about, but this could really be this person overcoming their self-sabotage, all of those cards we were going over. 1414, 1441, you could be seeing a lot of. 1415, consecutive numbers. Oh. So this is this other person. You've had the Hand of Cards, the stalemate. So the standoff, the non-committal, the holding out, blocked. You could be blocked. They could be blocked. The delay tactics, the refusing to compromise. Those two, I think these 3 rows are them. I'm going to be honest. Let's get one more. Row energy. It's all unfolding. The mysteries, the remembrance of behavior, of connection, engagement ring, all of that stuff. They're standing in their magical, powerful self. There's a new event or happening for them right now. This person, you've activated something very profound in them. Number 22. One more. Wow, that'd be a mess. Compass, you're on perfect. Their true life path. That is why that golden harvest, again, watch from the beginning. True north, discovery, life path, seeking truth. They want to find their way out. They want to know where they're going. As you are understanding where you're going, they're making a plan. 2222, finding their duality, their balance. One more. Expect the unexpected. And what they're going through was unexpected as well. Let's be real. Okay. Magician. Things coming through. So there's a lot activating in your contract right now. One more overall. And your business. Light bulb. I've had a few collectives here this week with a light bulb. It was always a bit of a running theme through the collectives, but we have a light bulb moment right now. You're about to step into an aha moment, a big breakthrough, reveal, discovery, enlightenment, epiphany, illumination, right? but use your wise soul, number 26. Okay. I just quickly want to get tarot for you in general. I just want to see what's on its way for you, especially with that light bulb moment, and then your true heart space, what's coming next, whoever that person is, soulmate, twin flame, whoever it is, you'll know as a collective. You will know who is resonating with you, with what comes out for that part. Okay, just quickly, what's on its way for this beautiful collective? Oh, Sun, happiest card in the deck. Okay, I feel this collective, especially with that year or more, I think you've been germinating seeds for a long time. I actually think you're coming into harvest season, especially with this Sun here. We've got long-term investments taking place right now from all your hard work and dedication. Saturn's gift, big reward on its way through the frustrations, the trials, the tribulations, Ace of Wands, and coming very quickly, and the creative flow, that flame of passion or whatever, your first part. You've got this Ace of Wands. It's great for creative expansion, but it creates such a lust for life. It's such a passionate kind of, it's such an exciting, full of action kind of energy, right? It's like a new lease of life is going to come over you. This is also a card of fertility, engagement, aphrodisiac. It's kind of a seductive energy as well. Whatever the case, especially with this Sun here, you've got some exciting things on the horizon, which is really going to ignite that flame even more within you. This says passion, new adventures, success, good luck, creative spark, attraction, and more inspiration from the world around you, especially if you feel like you're lacking a little bit of inspiration right now. But light bulb moment, Sun. We've got some big things being illuminated that really make you see the potential in what comes next, the potential in you. This is a very high vibrational card, and it's a lot to do with that self-love, self-knowing, that Queen of Wands you're activating through that Tower moment. Another card of creativity, leadership, right? Leading the way, but a lot of truths on its way as well. It's kind of that everything's about to make sense with things that you've been germinating for a long time and haven't seen the fruits of your labor with. 19, that could be an important number. Okay, so this collective, you've clearly activated your dormant abilities a while ago, but I do think with these two here, you're about to have another ascension acceleration, right? This card can also entail things to do with ghosting and feeling burnt out and restless, and you've got to remember your connecting energy, the person that you've activated their wings of weakness, their dark night of the soul, they're going through this upright, and I actually am seeing that person in this card, right? I think that's part of the illumination here. I just want one more for your top row and we will confirm. But I do think you're going to have another acceleration of the mind that might make you feel a little bit burnt out, especially if you just have this full steam ahead. Like, this could then kind of make you want to rest a little bit, and that's okay. Moon with the Sun and this in between, I think you've got some big things about to be illuminated. Illuminated things that unfortunately entailed a little bit of deception, maybe accelerated a little bit of fear in you, things that were definitely hidden. But me personally, I see that moon as really making us tap into more ancestral discovery, really diving deep and understanding ourselves on an even deeper level, right? especially with these two here, and me feeling this collective, you're about to go through another mind's awakening. If you have a true soul connection going through an evolution of the mind, body, and soul, it's going to happen for you guys as well. So I do think you've got things about to be unveiled in a very powerful way, but I do also think there's things within you that are about to go into deep reflection as well. Pisces, Leo energy. All right, what's harvest season? Things that have been stuck, things that you've had to go through so much self-sacrifice. And it's funny because that light bulb, this is another aha moment. It's another card of epiphany and release, right? So it's kind of starting to see everything make sense, why things were going so slow, why that area was stuck, why, remember their part, the delays, uncertainty, this in reverse, the things that have been on hold. I think part of this release and reward is to understand why things had to be so slow when it comes to your outlook on things, right? But I do also think there's still some things for you that are destined that are stuck in limbo. Like this next chapter, it's not your release of all. I do think there's still going to be some things that are germinating in the background more when it career path for you. Now, one thing I will say, especially because this is a card of sacrifice, it seems like you're going to have a lot of acceleration in a couple of areas in your life, but I am hearing in turn you may have to sacrifice some things for whatever is going to hit acceleration. It's not just, I feel this collective, there's something that, such beautiful energy, but this may entail moving, or it may entail shifting your path a little bit, or it may entail, like there's something here that, yes, we've got some beauty, but there's some sacrifices that are also needed to help with the acceleration, right? One more for that. Queen of Swords, you're going to have to be logical, but truth. It's a card of truth. Whatever's coming next, she's a realist. Her and our Queen of Pentacles, realists, right? So whatever opportunities are coming, it's going to take time to sit in reflection and have a logical approach of what needs to maybe be removed, sacrificed to make room for what is destined to be. It's not just going to be an easy, and you've got to remember this person is activating imposter syndrome that they're reflecting on. So you may have a little bit of activation of imposter syndrome, trying to choose the comfort instead of the large release, right? But you are really going to need to have a very logical, practical approach with what comes next through this harvest season. And as well, I am hearing you could have a Queen of Swords attached to you in life that maybe as well there's something here that you need to reflect on in a deeper way. Maybe this is someone that's not meant to align with your next chapter. They're destined to be in your life, they will always return. That's not just for love, it's for all people, family, friends, whatever it is. You may have someone here that may try and stop you from making, maybe coming from a little bit of envy or something. I'm hearing that quite specifically, right? But definitely a logical approach on what comes next for you is needed. Powerful. This Ace of Wands, Chariot Destiny. This is on the Chariot. It's on its way. Whatever this Ace of Wands is, it's going to remove a lot of obstacles for you in life. 1111, as I'm saying it, destiny unfolding. It's going to overcome so many difficulties. But it's going to take your willpower, your perseverance, your determination to succeed at this. But boy, oh boy, is it going to be exciting. Is it going to ignite a flame? That's powerful. Very powerful. So, oh my gosh, underneath the sun, you've got the Magician. And remember, the Magician wanted to come out. True manifest, glowing thread, destiny. But holy moly, you can see it with who you are, especially this deck. creator of universal magic, powerful, truly powerful. With that sun behind you, you've got some magic on its way, and you're going to have the right mindset with this sun to achieve very big things. Very big things. This is heavenly sent to you. 119 you could be seeing a lot of as well. You've got some things in your 4D mind. Our 4D mind, it's the strength of I always say it's, anyone that watches me regularly, you know what my beliefs on manifestation. I think they're just glowing threads. There are faded threads in life, right? But when you guys activate out of your dormancy, you start to see and envision all of those things, manifestations that you will achieve in your life. But sometimes this journey can be so long, you feel you're losing sight of that 4D sight. You're not. You're just releasing. And I always say that glowing threads that take years to come in are the threads that are worth having. This collective, you're finally in the right mindset to bring this in with power, right? It's being released at the perfect time for your soul's path. What was designed for you. Magic. I feel this is your connected energy, I'm not going to lie. Yes, the confession. Stop it. 4 of Swords in reverse, 7 of Swords in reverse. Confession, pre-consciousness, the unspoken words. Watch the whole thing. So remember I said when this person comes out of that unspoken words energy, they're not going to self-sabotage, self-destruct because they're in such high focus of it, right? So it's them feeling burnt out. It's them feeling restless. Going over the ghosting, the lack of words, right? So you've got a confession coming that's coming from an unworkable strategy. This person wants to come clean. They have a pricked consciousness. I can't say that word. You know what I'm saying. That is your connected energy, right? So no wonder you've got the illumination over the moon. Powerful, because again, it shows deep reflection. But I always say confession is different to communicate. Remember that. So that means there's some big things on its way here. Again, there's a reason I said everything's about to make sense. I don't like this card. I know everyone's like, oh, the love of but actually, I will say the healing that entails the Knight of Cups. I do think this person, just be careful, he's my charismatic Casanova. So to have that underneath the moon, a little bit alarming, but the reason he moves slowly on the Knight of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, our slowest moving, he has a healing elixir. He's healing himself along his journey, right? But he is a bit of a hopeless romantic, just like our Page of Cups. He leads with romance. And he does come in with some powerful offers sometimes. And you got to remember this person is actually reflecting on engagement here. It's to have that underneath the moon, it's probably not the best, especially because you've got this confession here. This person is agonizing on. So you actually want to hope they move forward more with maybe that logic than smooth criminal flattery. Let's get one more for that. But the ancestral discovery we were talking about as well. Maybe this person really has been diving deep into their healing, okay? But even you. Hierophant, stop it. Maybe they have, because the year or more, the Hierophant, watch the whole thing. Maybe they have that Hierophant underneath, but this is still a bit of their mask. But for both of you, the healing, the ancestral discovery, right? This person really could have that Hierophant within. But let's just take this person out of it. This is what's coming next for you, especially these 4 here. Powerful. Your foundation. This can be a kind of marriage and commitment, but deeper set of values and faith and programming of certain things, right? So as you are diving deep more into your healing, let's take this person out of it. There is true spiritual master being activated in the right collective right now, right? True soul connection, cut from the same cloth. I'm feeling a bit of both of you in this row, and that is some magical energy right there. And make that lion, so they might present a bit, because again, the hand of cards having to take a risk. You might see a bit more of this version before this version, but this is why they're saying be centered, right? Oh, strength, and I saw you as strength, this collective influencer, powerful. Another card of infinite potential, compassion, courage, which the universe sees you as, that courage elixir, but coming towards you as well, right? Powerful, powerful energy. You're about to truly shine, lighthouse. And I do think this courage is coming towards you as well. Very nice. That's big. Okay. So let's get this person truly connected to your heart space, their deep intentions, feelings. We already see what's coming next, but through these next couple decks, if there's a lot of cards coming out about movement, I'll check and see if you've got any movement this week, or if this is just something more you just got to... Oh my god, we split it on Divine Masculine. Let's get their intention first. Okay, their true intention. Oh, look at that unsent message running to come out. So they're already the hand of cards. They'd be writing, rewriting right now. They're really sentimental. Again, activating their wings of weakness. The memories of us bring me so much joy and agony at the same time. I think about you continuously. You are never far from my thoughts. Oh my god, you got it. So they are activated. Seeing you as their twinny. You guys could actually look like that. Their twin flame, number 5124. I recognize our connection was intense and it still burns my soul. Watch from part 1. They're in a flood of fear. It's a connection that can never be broken, but it's one that must be balanced. That's good in order for us to move forward. So they're starting to understand the balance that's needed. That's good. Self-perfect, because that's what they need to work on. Their self-love, and that's why they're in comparison. It makes sense. 81. I've been working on my self-worth and recognizing the issues that have been holding me back. Perfect. The shadow work cards. I'm trying to heal myself by loving myself first. Oh, beautiful. Because remember that Queen of Wands was meant to be activated in both of you through this tower, right? Virgo energy. But if you guys aren't the energy of this card, I had my life all planned out, focusing on... I don't know. Nope. It says focusing on their 5-year plan. I more think when they met you, they kind of maybe envisioned a certain path in their life, but you kind of threw that off kilter a little bit, because you got to remember how much they're reflecting on their golden heart, what they should be doing in life, what they want to do in life. You're making them shift their focus, and it makes sense with why they've got their... how they viewed their life in focus. Do I think this person genuinely had a 5-year plan? I don't think so. But I do think they're reflecting on what they once thought they wanted in life. They're starting to realize that's never what I wanted. I was in a boxed-in outlook. Why did I think working this or 9 to... Why did I think that would fulfill me, right? Watch from the beginning. But then I met you and everything changed. I didn't know how to rearrange my life for you. I should have learned to compromise. And this is why they got such a focus on your success, because you found success even through the pain, just by following your dreams, right? So sentimental, breaking free from the illusions, the 3D outlook. My obsessive thinking got the best of me. I allowed my emotions and others to control and dictate my actions towards our connection. I finally understand I need to trust my intuition. So this is what's breaking them in agony when they remember this stuff. Again, reflecting on the Grim Reaper, the engagement ring. Where would my life be if I didn't listen to X, Y, and Z? Or I didn't let my self-sabotage get in the way. I didn't let my chains of resistance. I didn't let my... What was that other one? The shame and mask. What was the other one in the shadow work? The imposter syndrome, not feeling good enough. It's like it's more what's bringing them agony and deep reflection, reminiscing, ruminating, is what they let their overthinking make them believe and people's opinions to be true about your connection or where this would have ended up, right? Intuition. So through this twin flame, they're starting to trust their intuition. Beautiful. Talking to myself. So I said they're starting to understand through their intuition I thought my eyeballs were on this twin flame journey, right? And then underneath self-love, past life. I wish I saw this when I had this past life connection. I have so much regret because of my imposter syndrome, my self-sabotage, my lack of worthiness here. How did I let this go? I think I made a mistake. So they know it's because of their lack of worthiness that this all happened, which is good. I should have stayed and fought for our connection, but I was weak and fearful, and now I'm here mourning the loss over you. Whoop! That flew on me. That one's important. Okay, Aquarius, Virgo, that could be your dynamic, like pairing, but the energy of this. I acted like I didn't care, but I did. But no. So this is them reflecting on their plans. So they would have been comparing values, right? So they would have thought our lives don't align, our beliefs don't align, because they didn't understand this journey. I always say until they're activated, they look at you guys as absolute toot-toots. So you're activated to the frequency. It's all rubbish, right? I think they acted like they didn't care and this and that more. It would have been values for you guys. This is what they're reflecting on now. Because now they see it as cosmic love. Watch from the beginning because it'll make sense with the fear and the wings of weakness. And anyway, I want to get these divine truth and I want to get message cards for you. Apology at the bottom. All right. Whoa, that's a lot. Guided, perfect. My spirit guides are helping assist with this divine connection with third eye and evil eye. So maybe there are a few people watching in on you. I did get that deck at the start can I even speak? I did get that deck at the beginning for a reason. My third eye can never forget what my heart has seen and the true love I feel for you. All eyes are on you. They've got such a focus on you and what you do as well. That would make sense. There is jealousy, envy, and negativity being thrown your way. Maybe they know some people around them access you as well. Soulmates, soul connection. Maybe it could be this person fretting about that. That's the main focus for you guys in this reading. But I'm drawn to you in a way I've never experienced before, a love so deep and complex. Planning. I don't think they're planning just yet. I think it's more that unsent messages. I think they're still too nervous, right? But there's something very beautiful happening in their energy right now. I've been preparing a love offer for you and you'll be head and heart, head over heart. So that not yet. They're fighting their head and their heart. I do think they've written a few messages for you, but I don't think they've got the power to hit send just yet, right? Because they're going through a dark night. You need to trust the universe with this one. My heart says yes, but my mind says no. The mental pain. I do think when they do hit send, they will plan something big here, and that's why the universe is wanting you to have that lion energy over what comes next. Watch the whole thing. Soul contract, so they get it. This is what they're being guided to see. Your soul agreement. That's beautiful. Third eye. Oh, they know you're over it. So whatever you said last time, that tower, they can't get past it. That's what's activating all that deep reflection, though. They know you are over their games and you'll no longer accept less than you deserve. They can't forget what you said. The wings of weakness, the flooded with fear. Hold on. How's this person feeling emotionally? That's why they'd be fighting their head and heart so much. Nervous. It makes them nervous. You're one of my collectives. You rip this one a new one. They're ashamed. Embarrassed, guilty, red-faced, hanging their head in shame. They're disgraced. They're sorry. So it's activated their insecurities. They're worried. They're uneasy, apprehensive, uncomfortable. They're hesitant. Oh, God. They're very suspicious and weary of where you are now. I feel like this person feels that they're fighting the clock when it comes to you. And I think they think you're suspicious of them. Because you got to remember the tarot bit, the moon, the 7 of swords in reverse. It's like, how much does collective really know, right? Could even be you're over it because your third eye saw things that they didn't admit to. Again, talking to my phone. Sorry and longing fell out of my hand with that trapped was in between there. But I put it back. Okay, they feel weak. Makes sense. So right now, I think it's more, how much does collective know? It makes them nervous. They're really jealous that you're moving on here, but the whole situation's making them weak and fearful. And this is why they're fighting their head and their heart. I do think whatever you said to this person, judged. Whatever you said to this person, they're kind of in that mind frame. Well, this person hates me. Like, look at how they think about me, right? You character question the negativity. You made them feel shamed and criticized. But this collective, you did the right thing. It was all cosmically aligned. Watch from part 1. Grief. Whoa, that's a painful one. But they're still hopeful. So they lost someone they love, pain, sadness, endings, going through the motions, processing this loss, missing, crying. Again, makes sense with that first part. This is haunting them. Very nervous. Okay, so it was people's opinions when you were together. There was a lot of jealousy over your dynamic, how you guys found each other. This will be going over the serendipitous moment of how you guys found each other as well. But when you were together, all eyes were on you, a lot of negativity being thrown your way. Confused. That soulmate card, they think you found, watch from the beginning. This makes them confused. Have they chosen someone else? I did it again. Perception came out and I just said, we talk about perception here all the time. This person couldn't see what you saw and that's not their fault. You can't make someone see what you see. That's just not life. It's not how the brain works. But underneath planning, you got perception, which I was only able to see what I wanted to see. I'm sorry for not seeing your worth. Once they finally stop fighting and they really, really get it, this is when they'll start planning this, whatever they're preparing for you. Like finally understanding you weren't judging them, you weren't bullying them, you weren't this, you were standing up for yourself for the first time, right? You were calling them on their rubbish and they're getting there. Like seeing it. Okay, head over heart. Watch it. Well, we know that they'd be watching you like a hawk right now. Checking on your, especially to see if you've moved on. Checking on your social media has become a new daily habit of theirs. They know they need to make you a priority, which would also make them fight their mind and heart right now because they're going over their finances, their life and everything, right? You're over it. So how can they come back into your life if they can't make you a priority? They're seeing this as, even if I had a chance, it would be one, right? So At least they're not wanting to play games. That's good. You are no longer going to be an option. I'm making you a priority. My actions will match my words. But this is where they're back and forth in the mind right now, which means they would be a little bit trapped and restricted in their mind. I always say it's just, you don't like something, change it, but some people don't see it that way. Perception. Okay, let's just get you a couple message cards from them. I'm actually going to get you 21s here. Okay. Words could never express how much I truly love, appreciate, and how much love, appreciation, and respect that I have for you. I think they're just starting to work this out, though. I daydream about the moment I can sweep you. Well, they do. They do. They're not planning just yet, but I do genuinely think this person wants to sweep you off your feet and embrace you. They genuinely miss you. During this time apart, I've done a lot of self-reflecting, just now starting, let's be real, and I recognize how deep our connection is, finally. I'm being divinely guided, that guided card, towards you. We are made for one another, and now I believe it. Divine timing is at play. We need to wait for our union time to heal and evolve. That's coming from up above. And I think that's finally what's happening, especially in this person's energy. Our love story will inspire others and will help change this world. It's that 20 card. A love like yours can change the world. Okay. These emotions I have are too intense and it causes me to run away. This is underneath words could never express. So they've got all these things they want to say to you, but the emotion, still eating them up, right? You can see it, head and heart. I'm going to say I wasn't ready for what this love was. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You got 3 for this one. I daydream about the moment I can sweep you off your feet. I believe we are meant to build an empire. It's such a 20 card. Build an empire together hand in hand. I'm going through a dark night of the soul. I'm completely lost and broken and searching for answers. So I daydream about the moment I can sweep you off your feet and embrace. So they're going into such deep things, but it's their dark night holding them back. Truth. That's what happens. I'm tired of fighting this connection. The chemistry between us is unreal and I'm like a moth to a flame when it comes. You could have just found a little moth or seen a little moth or actually saw a moth in my mind. This is nice. During this time apart, I have done a lot of self-reflecting. Well, they would have with that. Oh. Our sexual chemistry is off so they really reflect on that with you. This is about that. I am planning on reaching out to explain why I went quiet, but I'm hoping you'll listen, and that's what's going to happen with that lion. But that's why you need to be centered. Watch the whole thing. So they're ready, writing, rewrite. They will hit send, but it comes down to how you're, as a collective, how you are going to approach this as well. You're all I think about. You intrigue me, and I want to know every little thing about you. This is why they watch you so much. But they study you. I want a whole new life with you, and I will leave everything. I'm hearing that. I can show you the world. What's that, Aladdin? The magic carpet ride? That's what I just heard in my mind. Everything behind in the process of our union. Sad that they think they need to leave everything behind, though. This is rubbish. I have finished my self-work and I'm coming back to you. It will be one very soon. I do think they're healing. Not completely healed, but they will come back a more healed version, especially if it is them that's been going through that Hierophant energy for over a year and you're just not aware of it. But whatever's happened recent, that's a pure dark night that's happening right now. Okay, I'm just going to get these little, it's safe for you to love. I'm just going to get these little pink cards for you from the universe. Great fortune. Did you see that? That's this collective. You're about to hit something big. Okay. Oh, why? What is that with? Okay. I think that's what needs to be released, the deception and the old version. That's one of the biggest things here, right? You do have calling in your soulmate, but there is something that needs to be released energetically. You will never be able to create a new cycle if you're both holding on to past versions of one another, right? That's huge. Let's get one more for that. Oh, God. Getting to know each other again. Literally confirmation. If you're holding on to all the betrayal and deceit from you need to see each other as new. You need to get to know each other again. Otherwise, it ain't going to work. It's not going to work. You're destined for failure. Let's be real. So, yeah. You do have calling in quite a few. I like I said, soulmate has also been a big part of this reading. But when it comes to this person, if you are wanting to start again, you need to get to know each other again. Otherwise, that ain't going to work. Don't just lead with attraction and lust. True divines, and even they're really reflecting, it's that magnetic desire you guys have for one another. So just, okay, this is about staying optimistic about this. I feel this collective, you are optimistic, but maybe because this person's so in and out, maybe there's something you could work on energetically just in your day-to-day life with optimism and this. But passion and attraction, well, we know that's expressing love. Whatever's coming, I think the biggest thing the universe is saying, don't lead through attraction and passion. Trust that this is a divinely sent connection. Now, if you were holding on to this and you were bringing all of this stuff up and not getting to know each other again and trusting in the new versions that are being presented, which will take time, yeah, I don't think you're going to go very far. Or you could lead to engagement, right? They're going over engagement. But it all comes to this. These three are the most important. One more. Chemistry. Honeymoon. Maybe, right? That'll take time though. This is your biggest chapter to overcome first. You need to trust in each other again. Okay, my beautiful loves. Let's get you some charmies. Oh, the perseverance bell. All right, lightning. This could be coming in a lot quicker than you know, or it could be coming in on a lightning storm, and you've got that light bulb moment on its way to bananas, peaches, and apples. Just had fruit salad. Yummy, yummy. You could love fruit. You could be a fruitarian. But this peach I see is like fitness or a nice. Maybe you read Candle Wax, or you should start reading Candle Wax or Flame, especially because that flame dropped in the middle of this reading. That was magic. Trust in divine timing, divine intervention. Dolphin, seashell, balance out your energy points right now. Maybe you just went to the beach where you need to go. This is my 2020 5-cent piece. That could have been a big year for you. L and G. LG. That's electricity here in oh no, not that's AGL. LG is a computer. What's LG? Computer? What is it? Laptops. I don't know. It's some form of electronic. Maybe you've got electronic issues right now. Or maybe you do need to pay a bill. Because I was hearing bill first. Effective communication. Dolphin energy. Harmonizing. Baby Pearl. You could be pregnant, or you could be about to be pregnant. Well, if you're celibate, you ain't going to be pregnant unless you're Virgin Mary. But anyway. Maybe you've got a spirit baby on your shoulder. 5 by itself, 16th of the 6th, 166, 16th of the 4th, 12th of the 11th, 11th of the 12th, 12th of the 6th, 6th of the 12th, 6, 6. And that was 654 in there as well. 7th of the 2nd, 2nd of the 7th, 222, 10th of the 6th, 6th of the 10th, 13th of the 10th, 13th of the 6th, 6, 6 again. All right, I love you guys. And have a beautiful day. Oh, no. Why? Embarrassing.